Jessii Vee, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you a very creepy story about a entity called Mr. Googly Eyes. I'm also going to be telling you a bit of history about googly eyes in general because it is so bizarre. But before I get started, I just want to say that I have gotten hundreds of DMs and emails asking when Jessiline is going to be back because we sold her out last week. And unfortunately, as I've been saying, we can't produce her anymore. The past 6 months that we've had her, that's it. It makes me sad, but also really happy to have had all of the Jessiline support from you guys. It means so much. But if you did miss out, we still have our Jessiline sticker packs. And so these have all kinds of jumbo custom stickers that kind of go along with the spooky theme. And one of the stickers is actually Jessiline herself. And this would look so good on a laptop or on a notebook for school or wherever you want to put her. So if you did miss out on the Jessiline doll, the jumbo sticker, honestly, it's still her, and she still has Jessiline magic to give to you. So those we also can't reproduce once they're gone, so if you would like a sticker pack, I have linked it down below. Also, just another reminder about our backdrop. I think I got it wrong. I don't think these are panthers. Okay, I was reading the comments. I don't know if they're leopards or cheetahs. I don't know my animals, obviously, okay? And they're more pink in person than they are on camera. You guys must think I'm crazy. If you would like to win this backdrop, just make sure you're subscribed to this channel and then head over to my Instagram. It is also Jessii Vee, and either DM me or comment on one of my recent photos. The cheetah, panther, leopard emoji. I don't know what it is, but everyone has one. If you don't, comment a cat. Okay, and let's get right into today's video. First, we're going to be talking about the first toys or items ever to have googly eyes. These little creatures were called weeples, and they were made in 1971. They were essentially these fuzzy little pom-poms with antennas and huge feet. They were mostly used for advertising because you could stick them to any surface and they would have this little fabric banner with your business logo on it. And by 2013, they had made over 400 million weeples in so many different styles and colors. They were essentially like Pokemon. You could collect them all. And these little toys were so successful that back in the 1980s, another version of them came out in the Netherlands and they called them Wuppies. So they essentially just copied them and only slightly changed the name Weeples and Wuppies. And they even had this slightly creepy music video that came out to advertise them. Let's quickly watch a clip of that. And I know it's supposed to be heartwarming and wonderful and happy, but it's a little creepy. And you could still get these things if you go to weeples.com. By the way, this is not sponsored whatsoever, but if you want a weeple, you know where to go. Another interesting fact about googly eyes is that birds are actually afraid of them. What's actually sad is that every year upwards of 25 million birds are killed in Canada due to collisions with buildings, communication towers, wind turbines, and as a result of being tangled into marine gill nets. So they've been sticking these huge googly eyes onto everything that could pose harm to the birds, and for the most part it works because as they're flying close to this object, they see these big googly eyes and it looks like a face, obviously, and they want to steer clear. And I suppose that's why scarecrows work as well, but you can't really put a scarecrow in the middle of the ocean. And then there was something called googly-eyed dolls. These funny-looking dolls were considered novelties during the 1910s and 1920s. People would collect them because of how strange they looked. And the term googly eyes actually means large-eyed character. People also called them goo-goo eyes on these baby dolls, and maybe that's why people say that babies say goo-goo gaga. Maybe. And don't even get me started on all the stories of people claiming their doll's eyes follow them around the room. Should I buy one? I might need to. And then of course we have our last story, which is called Mr. Googly Eyes. There was this children's book and it was called Mr. Googly Eyes and the Magical Adventures. It was said to have come out in the early 1980s and sold out absolutely everywhere. And this one little girl got this book for Christmas and began reading it almost immediately. And here is exactly how this story went. Once upon a time, in a land of magic and wonder, there lived a cheerful little creature called Mr. Googly Eyes. With his round, googly eyes and a grin that stretched from ear to ear, Mr. Googly Eyes was the friendliest fellow you could ever hope to meet. Every day, Mr. Googly Eyes embarked on exciting adventures, exploring the enchanted world around him and spreading joy wherever he went. From dancing with fairies in the moonlit forest to riding on the back of a shooting star, there was never a dull moment in Mr. Googly Eyes' life. But amidst all the fun and laughter, Mr. Googly Eyes had a special fondness for one little girl named Emily. With her bright eyes and warm smile, Emily was the perfect companion for Mr. Googly Eyes' adventures. Together, they soared through the skies, raced across fields of flowers, and danced beneath stars, and as the day turned to night, Mr. Googly Eyes would tuck Emily into bed with a twinkle in his eye and a gentle pat on the head. "Good night, Emily," he would whisper, his voice as soft as a summer breeze. "Sweet dreams." And with that, Mr. Googly Eyes would climb under Emily's bed, his googly eyes gleaming in the darkness as he watched over her while she slept. For Emily, there was no greater comfort than knowing that Mr. Googly Eyes was always there, keeping her safe and sound. And as she drifted off to sleep, she would smile, knowing that tomorrow would bring another exciting adventure with her dear friend, Mr. Googly Eyes. I'm sorry, what? Now, this little girl finished the book and obviously felt a little bit strange. The book seemed so fun and whimsical when it started, but she didn't like the ending. And she didn't like the thought of Mr. Googly Eyes being underneath her bed. What? She tried her best to go to sleep that night, but kept waking up to the sound of rattling, and she couldn't help but imagine that it was the eyes of Mr. Googly Eyes. And after a while of trying her best to ignore it, she decided to lean over her bed to take a look herself. Maybe it was her cat Edgar playing with a toy beneath her. She inched farther and farther down until she could peer into the darkness under her bed. And that's when she saw two huge eyes staring back at her. But the face it came with wasn't like the one in her story. It looked like an old man with wrinkles surrounding the big plastic circles on his face. So the girl screamed and called for her parents, but as most stories go, when they went to check under her bed, he wasn't there. And she definitely made sure to get rid of that book the next morning. So yeah, I will never look at Googly Eyes the same after hearing this story, because I used to put those things on everything when I was a kid. Any craft that I did, it didn't matter what it was. I could be drawing a refrigerator. I would be putting googly eyes on that refrigerator, okay? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, if you would like a Jessiie sticker pack, I have linked them down below, but I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!